Project by Brianna May. Some common misconceptions about English learners. First misconception, speaking Spanish, EL students share the same culture and can easily communicate with one another. This is false. Spanish-speaking students come from a huge variety of places that incorporate many dialects of the Spanish language and can have very different cultures and beliefs. Second misconception, parents of ELs don't want to be involved in their students' teaching. This is very false. Many parents want to be involved and sometimes don't reach out for a variety of reasons. This could be the feeling that they aren't accepted by people at school, feeling that parental involvement is disrespectful to the teacher, or being afraid that language boundaries will hinder communication. Regardless, it is unlikely that parents do not care, and it is the job of the teacher to ensure they help parents feel wanted and accepted. Misconception number 3. EL students need their grammar and their spelling corrected if they're going to learn the English language properly. This is not true. Instead of correcting, guide them and model for them proper English and they will learn gradually. You should never deduct points or punish ELs for spelling or grammar mistakes. Misconception number 4. ELs cannot handle the same content as the rest of the class and need to move at a slower pace. This is not true. All students should be covering the same content, and ELs are capable of learning along with their peers with the help of scaffolding. Misconception number 5. Students need to assimilate to American norms and culture because they live in America. This is very far from the truth. Students should hold tight to their cultures and values and share them with their classmates. Cultural diversity makes America great. Some key theories and terms. Assimilation versus acculturation. Assimilation is losing first culture when acquiring a second culture, and acculturation is acquiring and affirming both first and second cultures. Plyler versus Doe from 1992 gave protection over undocumented immigrants to ensure they have a right to free public education, prohibiting schools from denying a student's admission to a school, requiring immigration status, or requiring student social security numbers. Sheltered content instruction teaches ESL students using a comprehensible input where second language skills are taught in meaningful context. The 5 dimensions of multicultural education include content integration, the knowledge construction process, prejudice reduction, inequity pedagogy, and empowering school culture and social culture. And lastly, content bias, an item or process that requires knowledge of a particular culture's values and shared experiences, but doesn't have at its purpose to measure knowledge of a culture. 10 takeaways. Don't. Things we should not do in the classroom. Don't correct ELs on grammar and spelling. They're trying their best and will learn these things as they learn the language. Focus on growth. Don't prevent students from speaking in their native language. Fluency in both their L1 and L2 is proven to be helpful for students' growth. Don't dumb down content for English learners or teach them something that's different from the rest of the class. They should always be covering the same content as their classmates. Don't make assumptions about where your students are from or about their culture, beliefs, or interests. Students will come from all over the world, speaking all kinds of languages and carrying all kinds of beliefs and traditions. Let them tell you about themselves. Making an assumption is harmful to students and their families and can cost you your career. Don't speak to beginning ELs with sarcasm or confusing metaphors. These take time to understand and can leave students misinformed. Things we should do. Do encourage students to be proud of their heritage and traditions, giving them opportunities to share their culture with the classroom. Do provide scaffolding for students in a variety of methods such as sentence stems, providing visuals, and graphic organizers. Do be patient with ELs who are not yet comfortable speaking. A silent period is normal for students first learning a new language, and research suggests that their lack of oral participation is not evidence that they are not learning, as they typically do just as well or better than their peers who are comfortable speaking. Do communicate with the parents of your EL students that their participation is wanted and help them feel validated and safe. Do give students many opportunities for small group or partner interaction rather than in front of the entire class or directly to their instructor. Opportunities like this can be less intimidating and allow them to feel more comfortable talking. Thank you for listening.